Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the stream that is right. Ultimate Rivals is back, coming at you here the new year 2021, and excited to be back. Woo! It's been a couple of weeks. Since we put on a stream. So in fact, I'm so out of shape here as far as doing the stream. I forgot to make the announcement. So let me do that real quickly. Now starting. Let's do this. First 2021 Ultimate Rival stream with Inside Ultimate Rivals. Come hang out. Boom. I cannot type today. Everyone. There we go. Advertisement is made. I think we're ready. We're ready to play some games, play some Ultimate Rivals Rink. Still playing the rink, that's right. No the court yet. I know there hasn't been any announcements for that yet, so certainly excited about that, but that is definitely in the works. And looking forward to that to come as well. But for now, we get to keep enjoying the rink. So again, it's been a couple of weeks, so let's see if we can shake off the dust. Get it. Oh, going the other way. Stolen. Yeah, hopefully your holidays and New Year's has been a happy but safe one as well. I myself spent a lot, of course, pretty much all of it with very close family. Obviously, my wife and my daughter. We did most spend time with her mother and sister, who we see every now and then. But other than that, it was a much more laid-back holiday. Christmas specifically than it usually is for obvious reasons. So, but we're definitely safe and had a great time and a good break. I think it's safe to say, and hopefully the same for you if you are tuning in. But yeah, I am happy to be back. I'm amped up. I'm ready to be playing some more Ultimate Rivals again. What's up, Beat Tactics TV? How's it going? Goal indeed. We're just scoring goals left and right. That's what we do here. Yeah, I had a 2-week break. It doesn't matter. It's just so natural. Just come back and start scoring goals left and right. Lava plays. Yeah, we got an active chat here today. That's what I like to see. Good way to kick off 2021. Excited to see more here. Well, I'm happy to have you as a follower and a viewer. Our schedule right now, if you are unaware of it, and of course this is our first kickoff stream of 2021, but the schedule that we run with is every Tuesday and Thursday I do these streams where for about an hour or so I stream what we call Inside Ultimate Rivals, where basically hang out with chat, play some Ultimate Rivals the rink in this case, and eventually we'll be playing the court as well once that comes out, and no information on that yet, but super excited for that. Yeah, hanging out with chat and the idea also being that I get to play against you guys tuning in. Now, unfortunately, the matchmaking with Apple TV specifically still has some issues, so I'm unable to do that. But once that gets fixed, then obviously we can pick up on that as well. So, Dizzy Mike has been excited to see more. But yeah, something else I like to do here is talk about sports, and man, there's been quite a bit of updates. In fact, oh yeah, the other thing, we do a Wednesday show as well. So tomorrow, myself and Haley, another worker here at Bitfry Games, she is a co-host of mine on that show where we talk about real life sports. We relate to Ultimate Rivals and a couple of segments that we do as well, but just like your sports talk show that you see on ESPN or whatever. we have a similar vibe to that as well. So we definitely have plenty to talk about tomorrow, being that it's been a couple of weeks off, obviously, and a lot has happened. The core, that'll be on PC at some point. So we are going to be on PC/console eventually. We have made that announcement before. But for now, we are an Apple-only product, Apple TV specific, or Apple Arcade, excuse me, specifically. So any Apple device, an iPhone, iPad, Apple TV, you should have access to the Apple Arcade, and as a result, you have access to Ultimate Rivals. But PC/console build and versions of our game will be in the future. No exact dates at this time, but you have to wait a while. Unfortunately, yeah, it's, it's obviously, it's been a, I hate to sound like making excuses, but just like everyone else, we've ran into snafus here and there with COVID and everything throughout this last year. So maybe it has pushed some things back here and there, but at the same time, I say, as somebody that is fortunate enough to be behind the scenes and be able to see, how progress is being made, I'm very happy with the progress, and it is crazy to see the progress that has been made on the court, specifically, and updates to the rink as well, and super pumped to have that, be officially released and for everyone to enjoy. So, but yeah, unfortunately, it's still going to be a little bit longer. Yeah, it definitely is fairly unique, isn't it? And then that's cool to hear that that you say that and you recognize that with Ultimate Rivals. That's something we definitely thrive off of and are excited about. Where, obviously we're a sports title at its base, but we're not at the same time, right? It's more than just simply a simulated sport like your Madden, NBA 2K, etc. We go for the more of that arcadey feel. We bring back the NHL hits, NBA Jam, that style of play. But we do it in our own way as well. I think it's fair to say, and we're very happy with the visuals of the game, especially the speed of the game. And honestly, one of the biggest things that I appreciate, again, take it how you will. I know obviously I'm considered biased because I work with the company and everything, but I think the controls in our game is phenomenal. I really do. As somebody that is an avid sports game fan, and I definitely played a fair amount, I love the response in Ultimate Rivals with the ring currently, and then of course the court to come, and just how it feels like you're connecting with the players that you're playing and able to move them. So fast-paced, fun for everyone. Yeah, it's another unfortunate thing with COVID. We weren't able to do many more live events in person throughout the year because we did PAX East last year back in February when things were just starting to ramp up with COVID and we were figuring out what it was. So before all that went away, we did our first live event, and that gave us a lot of not only great feedback, but it let us see how much people genuinely enjoyed our game in Ultimate Rivals in person. And I think for the developers, especially in our game, we had a couple of them there, designers, developers, they really appreciated seeing that the most because, people that like that, they're working on this game behind the scenes, they're grinding, putting many, many hours, and when you're releasing a new game, it's not that you can't appreciate what you put out there, but when you actually see a person physically enjoying your game, especially when they just picked it up for the first time and they're like, holy crap, this is a lot of fun, it's so fast and awesome to play with friends. It's a good feeling, and we believe that we have something special here, certainly, with the franchise, obviously. And it's just the beginning, and that's the phrase I like to go back to. Is that a super soccer move? Oh yeah, so there's a lot. So it sounds like you are fairly new to Ultimate Rivals, so let me kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown here. So Ultimate Rivals, the rink, that's this game, and I say it's our franchise because we have Ultimate Rivals the court coming out, which is going to be our basketball game. And, I can't give away too much, but you can kind of figure maybe more to come in the future from there. But one of the really cool things with our game is that we own the the rights to all the major sports brands here in the U.S. NFLPA, the NHLPA, NBAPA, MLBPA. We also have the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team on top of that currently. More to come potentially, so stay tuned for that. But as you can see, we have the likeness and everything of these players as a result of that. So here, I'll go with the lineup like I'll do some Mike Trout, who's a baseball player. I'll get some LeBron. Or let's get some De'Aaron Fox at center. And then we'll put a soccer player at goalie. Always like me some is Morgan? No, who's a really good goalie? It's Rapinoe, right? Yeah, she's okay, I guess. Let's just put some Julie Ertz at goalie. Alright, so these are my 3 players. Yeah, and so I have all 3 of these are in traditional speaking. They're not hockey players, but here they are playing their hockey game. And depending on the sport that they come from, so like this is De'Aaron Fox, he's a basketball player. Their deeks, aka jukes, have a certain animation. So like he does a crossover. So when I deke here, and I have enough meter for it. So there's my deke. He does like a sick crossover. And then their power shooting animation is also different. So if I do a big shot here, you notice he actually shoots it like a basketball. Really cool. So yeah, you see he shoot it like basketball and eventually releases it. The baseball one I love for that. So here, Mike Trout, he brings out a baseball bat and crack of the bat. Here we go, crack of the bat. I love the sound of that. Baseball players also fun too because they slide as their deke move. Is it possible to unlock players as well? Absolutely. That's one of the features that I can safely say we definitely have improvements and updates coming to. But currently, how that works, you literally just play the game against CPU, against people, whatever, and over time you'll just randomly unlock more and more athletes. I go back to we have updates to improve how that works, and also with the court release, there's going to be more coming to there. But that's currently the system in play. So in the rink we have original shots too for the sports, as I was saying. And then there's one more thing actually. Once I get the meter for it, I'll show you. All the sports have their own ultimate to use. So if you notice, there's the green meter on the top left and right hand corners of your screen. The players have the green meters next to their names. Once those are full, I get the full by collecting what are called bits on the ground that spawn from certain things that happen, like right there. You see the shot and I collect the bits. Once you get that full, you can activate your ultimate, and depending on the sport that player plays, they do something special with that. So again, I'll try to get one here. And it takes a little bit of time, usually a period or so, to get it. Ooh, look at that goal. That's a buzzer. Got my Bit Fry Games water bottle. Let me fill it up. Sick crossover. Woo! Side shot. Is it also more than 4 players? So right now, it is only 2 players max. You can play co-op, couch mode, whatever you want to call it, or you can play online against one other person. So essentially, you can only have 2 people in the game total, but you're controlling the 2 skaters on the ice. The goalie is always AI controlled, so yeah. We have tried out different versions, such as a 4-player mode as well in the past. The designers have messed around with that. They've ultimately decided they feel like the 1 versus 1 or the 2-player mode is the best at this time, but always willing to listen to more and more feedback and see where that leads in the future, especially... Oh, that was a nice shot. Especially as time goes on and more and more people start playing. Certainly something that could potentially be added. So, Fox has his ultimate ready, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to press my ultimate button. For basketball, he teleports to the other side of the rink, and he forms this fire arc. What that essentially is, it's a 3-point line. So if I score a goal from beyond that arc, I get 3 goals instead of 1. If I score within it, I get 2 goals. So no matter if you score with it, you get more than 1 goal. However, once a goal is scored, it goes away. So, and that's either you or them. So if you activate this and then they score a goal, you kind of just screwed yourself because obviously, you know, no shot to be had. Oh, there we go. So there's the 3 points. So since I made it from beyond, you got the 3 points. There's also the baseball one, which there we go. So baseball, he basically becomes a pitcher. And he throws out these baseballs, and it knocks people over if you hit them. Like right there, I just knocked him out. And I keep doing it for like 6 or 7 throws or something like that. And then eventually, you know, can score off of it. Trey ball goal. So yeah. That's all the basics in the game, you could say. Oh yeah, one other cool thing I wanted to bring up earlier too is that, so the rink, it currently has 65 athletes or something like that amongst all the sports. The court is going to bring just as much, if not more. And it will be crossover play. That's something else we have confirmed as well, where athletes in the court you can play with in the rink and vice versa. So, as you can imagine, as the games start adding up, there's going to be more and more real-life athletes that we're going to be adding to these games that you can play in any of them. Very original. Appreciate it, man. It is awesome hearing comments like that. It really is. Because, you know, that's something our CEO, especially Ben, that's why he started this company in the first place. He's a huge arcade sports fan. You know, like I said, the NHL hits, NBA Jam, even before that, those kind of sports games. Felt like there wasn't really a market that existed much nowadays that had those style of games. And, you know, frankly, he's kind of right. You know, more of the sports games titles nowadays are the traditional sports, and also the unique thing with ours is having all these athletes playing the same sport. That is obviously something pretty unique as well. It was not easy to make happen. It was not cheap, I'll say that, but obviously we think and we know it's going to be well worth it. Not only now, but in the long run too. Let's slide. '90s arcade sports game. Well, currently, I mean, again, the rink is live. Now, I go back to, it is an Apple Arcade exclusive currently. So yeah, if you don't have any Apple products, then unfortunately you don't have access to it currently. But, like I said before too, we are going to be going PC/console in the future. Just not at this time. Gotta set those one-timers. I will say too, playing against an actual person, so like just watching this game, it's understandable how it may seem, you know, pretty straightforward and very simple. And, you know, there is a part of it that certainly is. That's something, you know, we pride on, and being able to just pick up the game and enjoy it and be, you know, somewhat decent at it. But there is also a depth to it as well, and that's something you really notice when you play against an actual person. As I've done on the stream, you know, several times before. But there's a lot of strategy. There is, and adapting to one another and how they play. You know, when to deke, when to go for the steal, when to go for the checks, how to set up your shots and not make yourself vulnerable, when to use ultimates. There is a lot of depth to this game, and my title with the company, by the way, is I'm basically the head of competitive gaming, the head of esports, or VP of competitive gaming, I guess technically, but with Bitfry Game Studios, developers of this game. So I was brought on with that idea that we're going to be fostering a competitive scene. Definitely, we're super excited for, as time goes on here, of course. So yeah, super pumped for something like that to come as well. Throwback Midway games, yeah, absolutely. It does have that kind of vibe. No, I definitely agree with you there. Let's do some girl power. Let's get some Morgan. Rapinoe, and we'll keep Ertz at goalie. The deke for a soccer player is so good. But yeah, you see right there, like she kicks the puck instead of actually shooting it. Ooh, jiggle. Oh, let's check. Stolen. Not passing. Oh, ran into the goalie. Just for the word, would appreciate that. I will suggest if you type ! Discord, gives you a link to our Discord, which is also Ultimate Rivals or discord.gg/Ultimate Rivals. So you can join it that way. We're not the most active, to be brutally honest, as of late, but that is a community we want to start building, certainly, and make a point to really foster in terms of having that open line of communication, being able to get feedback, whatever. But no, we appreciate you saying that you're willing to spread the word. Obviously, that means a lot. Really? Yeah. Nice, right on. Nope. No, come on. Go! Is there a price book for the games that are coming as well? So, as I said before, right now we're Apple Arcade exclusive. We are going to be PC console in the future. We don't have any information on that yet. So, to essentially answer your question that way, no. If you're unfamiliar with Apple Arcade, how it works, it's a subscription-based service that Apple provides to their customers, again, through all their devices. And it's $5 a month. With that $5 a month, you get access to, it's like 60 plus, it might even be like 80 plus now, they've added more and more games over time, games that are in their library of games. We happen to be one of their bigger title games in there, but it's a huge plethora of games. And honestly, there's some pretty fun ones that I've tried myself as well. So But yeah, so that's what the Apple Arcade is. So again, you can't necessarily purchase Ultimate Rivals individually at this time. Go! So this is, oh, she doesn't have her ultimate yet. It's going to show it. Here's this ultimate. So this is the soccer ultimate. They kick around with these soccer balls. And now, whenever I run into somebody with the soccer balls, it knocks them out. So, it's very powerful. Arguably the most powerful ultimate that we have. And on top of that, she then kicks the soccer balls at the end of the duration. And if those soccer balls hit you, then it also knocks you out. So, really strong. This game will catch on quickly soon. Yeah, no, obviously we're hopeful for that. And again, we're being patient with it. The rink has been out for a little bit more than a year now in a similar state. We haven't had a lot of updates with it. That's because we're working on, more and more projects behind the scenes. Again, the core being the one being announced at this time. But yeah, we certainly, I keep going back to, we definitely have some big plans and exciting plans that'll make it all come together and be not only a game but a franchise that people will know and come to enjoy. Good defensive mechanic. Yeah, it could be used offensive or defensive, just as powerful. So like right here, I activated it right as he was on top of me. It's like, see ya. I love having the puck. You can just run at them. See, against the AI, they're not as smart as your typical player would be, so they have a tendency to kind of run into you. Like, or not skate away, I should say. Just keep knocking them out. So that's the hockey ultimate, by the way. You lift a Stanley Cup, you just start, freezing stuff around you, where if you run into people, it freezes them in place. And then at the end of it, it clashes down, and it'll knock them out for a duration if you hit them with it, so. I think you've seen most of the ultimates. I guess the only one you haven't seen yet is the football one. Is there anything else? I think that's it. There's 5, I believe. The player transfer idea. Yeah, no, that's going to be a lot of fun. I will say, as a, talking with the designers behind the scenes, and we've had them on a couple of times in these streams, Alex being one of them that we know him by. It's not easy to balance all these players playing sports that they don't play in real life and kind of translating the sport they play to this sport that they're playing in our game. And, how do you balance them with stat-wise? And on top of that, again, we're not a simulation game like your Madden NBA 2K, so we want pretty much all the athletes to be powerful in some aspects. We're not going to have some of these athletes that are just like not that good compared to the others. We want to make them somewhat level playing field across the board when it comes to what they're good at. So obviously, if you scroll through here, you got these different kind of stats, and in fact, you got players like this that are literally right down the middle on all of them. But yeah, it's not an easy task, but something that they're certainly up for and continuing to improve on as we go on. So I want to use a football player. Get that in there. I'm gonna show you my big boy lineup. That's what I call it. I get a couple of players that are just really good at checking others. So this is my Brett Burns and JJ Watt lineup. I just keep knocking them out. It just feels so good too. Now the downside is, like JJ Watt, he's really not good at shooting or passing, so it's not the easiest to score with, but you know, you ideally give yourself a lot of opportunity. Oh, dang it. Like, I just knocked him out right there with the check. All about that fun feel, exactly. It's, yeah, I mean, you get it. It's, you know, we obviously, if you wanted to be a simulation sport, then, you know, we would, but there's already games that do it well, that are out there, as we know. And not that those can't be fun, but we do feel like it's part of the market that has been missing for a bit of time. Just almost a silly fun. You don't need to be too serious play style. Ah! In fact, that was something early on. I was unsure about the idea of the sport-specific shooting animations when it was first introduced. Because, you know, part of me was like, it's going to be weird seeing a football player throw a football at the goal while playing hockey, or like a basketball player shooting a basketball, or, you know, the baseball bat coming out from baseball blade. But I grew on it, definitely. It definitely helps make it very quirky, you know, fun and enjoyable, different. Come on! Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, for sure. I want you to get the football ultimate going. Oh, JJ Watt's ready, actually, so here we go. I'll use it when it makes sense. So, like right here. So I'm gonna activate the football ultimate. So this is, he gets the football, he sets up, basically he blitzes. He's gonna, so I try to line it up, I lock on, and I charge, and he knocks him out. And then he does a sweet taunt on top of that. Get knocked. Yeah, like a linebacker, yeah. Just knocking him over. It's so fun. Just setting up those one-timers. Sometimes you find a groove. Any kind of future customizations. Again, I can't talk about very specific things along those lines, but I will say that, how do I want to put this? Yes, to just simply answer your question, yes. To what limitations, we're certainly not sure yet. But the idea of having some sort of customization, something even along the lines of a battle pass, dare I say, again, completely just ideas being thrown around. Obviously, that's a method that's become pretty popular, though, in recent gaming history. Or not, I guess in this case, it would be more of a seasons pass, whatever you want to call it. That would allow for customizations from cosmetics to whatever else. Has certainly been discussed and is being looked at. Whether or not, it's 100% going to be in, I can't really say that at this point. But no, you're fine to ask questions. Feel free to. I love it. Like I said, it's just, there's going to be some where I can't give you an absolute outright answer, obviously. Yeah. Counter with the football. It was off camera, but I just placed on the guy. Yeah, right. So there's a couple of camera options. I have the puck camera right now, so it follows the puck wherever it goes, which is nice most of the time, but at times like that, it's kind of unfortunate. Let's see what the player was doing. It says season pass, that means the ranked mode of seasons in the game as well. So again, when I was saying those things, that was more of just like literally I was trying to choose the right wording for what kind of would make sense. Because a battle pass is more for like first-person shooter games. Season pass feels like it's more appropriate for like a sports style game. But as far as the rank bonus up, that's another one of those things. It certainly is being discussed and looked at, and maybe a possibility, whether it's a court or a future update down the line. Yeah. I will say, we're very aware right now with the rank. It's again, bluntly, it's pretty simplistic in terms of what we're bringing to the table with the game modes. Because really, all you can do right now is play against AI like I'm doing here, or play against another person if you happen to have their Apple ID and can challenge them. But other than that, there really isn't a play mode in the game. We understand that's that's very simple. we definitely plan to have a bit more to it. Yeah, you can play offline and online right now in the rink. Again, that already exists, but like I said, it's there isn't necessarily a ton of depth to it. So like these are your options. Solo play. Solo play is literally what I'm doing. It's just you can choose the map. There's 3 different maps that you can play on. That's pretty cool. I like San Francisco, actually. It's a fun map. You change the difficulty, too. And online 1v1. Like I said, though, unfortunately, the queuing for Apple TV devices we have found recently is having an issue finding others and connecting, so we'll give it a shot. See if it's happens to have been fixed by now, but my guess is unfortunately probably not. Alright. Yeah, exactly, B-Tactics. That's, that certainly is one of the reasons. But I'll say, again, I can't give away specifics, but I'll say we definitely have, especially a single-player experience, is going to get more in-depth as we move along here. Alright, so for my last game, I like to just do kind of random, so That's something that would be nice if we had a random button, but let's see. All right, it's gonna be Mookie Betts. Like me some Mookie Betts. Some Carly Lloyd. And Juju Smith-Schuster. Okay. Carly Lloyd with the deke. Oh, the one-time at Mookie Betts. Feels good. Mookie's just so fast. And Mookie's actually one of my more favorite athletes to play currently. He is very fast, and he has a really good shot too. That was a quick goal, yeah. Yeah, again, against the AI, you can sometimes find a little bit of a pattern that makes it a bit easier to score, and because I've played this game a fair amount, arguably more than really anyone else, I have picked up on a lot of those subtleties. But that's where I go back to, playing against a person, because obviously, ideally a person is going to be able to adapt and learn and, make adjustments that are necessary. It's a lot of fun playing against a person for that reason. It really is. Oh. One time we're still gonna follow this. Yeah, I make it look easy. What can I say? It's also, this lineup is also much different than the last lineup I was running, the big boys lineup. Brett Burns and JJ Watt. It's not only faster, but they both can pass really well, both these athletes. And you can tell that with the way they, the crisp pass, like it goes to them quickly and actually to them. And then the downside of these players is technically they're not as good on defense, but when it comes to scoring, they're good at that. Let's see if we can make this a 20-goal game. Oh no, Mookie got knocked out. Where is he? Is Lloyd gonna have to do it on her own? Oh, he comes back up. Crack at the bat. Pass to Lloyd. Oh. Let's set the baseball. Play some defense. Who needs defense exactly? There you go. You get knocked. See, it's a little hard to do with the puck cam because the player was off my screen, so wasn't exactly sure where they were. I should probably switch back to the player cam, honestly. Yeah, we have a puck and a player cam, yeah. So I wish I could do it while I was in the game, but unfortunately I can't. The slide slid right through both of them. That felt good. Aim pass. So you can, like, what's called an aim pass. If you hold down the pass button, these white arrows appear in front of your character as I get frozen. And you can aim the direction that you want to pass the puck. And then when you let go, they shoot the puck in that direction. So That could actually be pretty good for like passing it off of walls, especially, or like doing what I'm doing right here. Like if you want to play keep away from the opponent, like the game's almost over, it's like 2-1. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna play keep away, and you kind of just use the aim pass to your advantage there. Cheesy strategy, but it's viable. You see like that, go around. Load as your ultimate. Exactly, yeah. There we go. Ooh, gotta score at the buzzer. Games go fairly quick. Yeah. I'll say, you know, the funny thing is the more goals you score, the longer the game's going to be because the animations of scoring all the goals. So, but like against a person, like I've had some games where it's like, you know, it's 2-1, 3-1 at the end, 3-2. I would say your average game in a player versus player matchup is from actually starting to finishing is about 10 minutes. 10 to 12 minutes would be my guess. Actually, if that, because it's 2-minute periods. But you figure with the goals, scoring downtime, the ultimate animations also stop the clock. So there's a couple things like that in between. Yeah, maybe more like 8 minutes, like 8 to 10 minutes actually. It's probably the better range. Feels a lot faster, yeah. I know, right? It feels like it's like 5 minutes and it's done. I think that goes back to it's just like it's just so fast paced. Give me that puck back. Got a baseball and know how to use it. Get and goal. One second. Oh, 13-0, not bad. All right. But I think that's going to do it for the stream today. So once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, first stream of the new year, 2021. We're officially here. We made it. And confident it's going to be a big year for Ultimate Rivals. So it's fun to be able to kick it off with a nice solid stream here. But excited for so much more to come, not only with the rink, but the court as well, and who knows down the line from there. But with that in mind, we'll be back tomorrow. Again, we do stream Tuesday and Thursday for this show. We also stream Wednesday. It's called Ultimate Rivals Sports Talk. Get confused with the names there. But that's the show I host with co-host with Haley, and we talk about traditional sports going on. We mix it with Ultimate Rivals a little bit, but have a good time there. So that's at the same time as well, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can tune into that on the same channel, twitch.tv/Ultimate Rivals, or our YouTube channel as well. But yeah, until then, have a good night. Thanks for chatting. Be Tactics TV especially. It was fun to have a conversation with you. And looking forward to seeing you in the game eventually as well. But feel free to stop by the stream anytime. But have a good night, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.